How y'all doing? This is Rob Burnham, aka Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Richard TV 91. This time I'm doing another episode of Christmas Classics. This time I'm reviewing Dennis the Menace. What Dennis the Menace is about this little 5-year-old named Dennis. And he's next door to the Wilsons, and he's all the time wanting to hang out with Mr. Wilson because he looks up to him. But Dennis has a tendency to make a lot of mistakes and make a lot of accidents, and Mr. Wilson's pretty much the effect of these accidents. And Mr. Wilson doesn't hate Dennis. He just is tired of always getting hurt or something going wrong whenever Dennis is around. Well, what happens is all the babysitters around town don't want to ever babysit Dennis again, and his parents have a business trip they have to take. So the only option they have is to see if the Wilsons will watch Dennis while they go out on their trip or whatever. And the Wilsons watch Dennis. And what happens is Mr. Wilson has this garden party he's having, and he has this rare plant that only blooms every 40 years and then it dies right after. And Mr. Wilson's plant is about to bloom at whenever the full moon hits. And it's just about to bloom, and this hobo steals Mr. Wilson's coins, and Dennis goes to tell Mr. Wilson this, and Mr. Wilson doesn't see his flower bloom. Excuse me. And then he says he never wants to see Dennis again, and Dennis gets upset and runs away. Well, Dennis' parents gets back, and the whole town is looking for Dennis, and Dennis winds up getting captured by the hobo, and Dennis has his accidents again, but the hobo's getting the blunt force of all these accidents, so Dennis is able to subdue this hobo and to get him and take him back to his house, and then the cops come and arrest the hobo. And then Mr. Wilson is glad that Dennis is back and says that he wants to watch Dennis all the time because he knows he has to be acceptive of Dennis even though he has his accidents. And then at the end of the movie, Dennis flings a marshmallow that's on fire square on Mr. Wilson's forehead. And that's all that really happened in this movie. If y'all ever watched Dennis the Menace, what y'all like about it? As always, Preacher Man R&B signing out. Guys, GG's awesome. It's been an episode of Richard TV 91. See y'all next time.